Tú quieres ser yo lo sé. Ay, que tú puedas, no lo sé. Ay, a mí fue que Dios me bendijo. Mi camino yo lo elijo. What's going on, guys? Thanks for coming back to another video. Today we are talking about Está Cabrón Ser Yo. This is the 16th song in our Gringo's Guide to Bad Bunny's second album, YHLQMDLG, where we're going to be talking about every song in the album, looking at the Spanish, translating it into English. So if you are interested in learning Spanish, these videos are good for you. The song features Anuel AA, one of the big sensations in the Latin urban genre. He's known for being one of the people who really helped get the genre going. He's known for having a lot of controversial lyrics, especially in the beginning. I think he's kind of toned it down now a little bit, but nonetheless has a huge following. He's won various awards. He's released 2 highly successful albums. He's also known for having spent some time in jail. So in April 2016, he was arrested for firearm possession. And this prompted the Free Anuel movement, where many artists advocated for his release from prison and repeated that line, Free Anuel, in a lot of their songs. And while Anuel was in prison, he wrote and recorded his first album, and all the while was growing more and more popular on the outside. The song's also interesting because many fans believe that there's a rivalry between Bad Bunny and Anuel. And although there's a line in the song where Anuel says that comparing him to Bad Bunny is unnecessary, both artists still basically declare that they're the best, even within this song itself. So it's still kind of hard to imagine that there's no rivalry between them at all. So let's take a look at the intro, which is Anuel, and then take a look at the chorus, and take a look at some of Bad Bunny's verse. So the intro starts out, Yo estaba encerrado en una celda. So estaba is the past tense from the verb estar, which means to be. So yo estaba means I was. Encerrado is a shortening of encerrado, which the verb encerrar means to lock up or to be locked up. So encerrado, past tense, I was locked up. En una celda. Celda means cell, like a jail cell. En una means in a. So I was locked up in a cell. Of course, this is Anuel referring back to his time in prison. Por eso no espero que el tiempo vuelva. So por eso literally means for that. It's used all the time in Spanish, but it's kind of redundant in English. So you could say that's why, or you could just say so, or you could just leave it out altogether. But literally it's going to say, por eso, that is why, no espero que el tiempo. Espero is the first person present tense from the verb esperar, which here would mean to hope. So no espero que would mean I don't hope that el tiempo vuelva. So el tiempo means the time. In English, we're going to drop the article and just say time. And then vuelva is the subjunctive tense from the verb volver, which means to come back. You have to use the subjunctive anytime you have the expression esperar que. Will always trigger the subjunctive tense. So literally the whole thing's going to say, that's why I don't hope that time comes back. You could kind of say, like, I don't want to turn back time. I'm not going to look into the past. Basically, it's Anuel saying, he was in jail before this, and now he's done with that. He doesn't want to look into the past, doesn't want to go back into the past. Yo sueno en todo lado, baby, no te muertas. Yo sueno en todo lado, baby, no te muertas. So, yo sueno is the first person present tense from the verb sonar, which means to sound. I sound would mean like my music plays. So it's pretty common in Spanish to hear the verb sonar used in that way. Like, tú estás sonando mucho. That would mean like your music's playing everywhere. I'm hearing your songs everywhere. So, yo sueno en todo lado. My songs are playing everywhere. Baby, no te muerdas. Baby is the same. No te muerdas. So the verb would be morderse, using the reflexive form. Morderse would mean literally to bite oneself. So it's used to kind of mean like to get mad, to get upset. Okay, so here it's a negative command. So literally, don't bite yourself. Means like don't be hating in this case. So like my songs are playing everywhere. I know you're hating. Don't be hating. You know, something like that. Por eso yo no espero que me entiendan. So once again, por eso, that is why. Yo no espero que. So here the verb esperar doesn't really mean to hope like it did a minute ago. Now it kind of means to expect. So pretty common translations of the verb esperar would be like to hope, sometimes to wait, to expect. Here it's kind of like to expect. So I don't expect that me entiendan. Once again, we're in the subjunctive tense here because it's following the expression esperar que. So the ending of what would normally be entienden changes to entiendan. Okay, and it's used in the third person present tense in the plural form. So literally it's going to be, that is why I don't expect that they understand me. This structure is used quite a bit in Spanish, third person plural. It kind of means like, I don't expect to be understood. So instead of they understand me, it's kind of like to be understood. You could also just say like, I don't expect anybody to understand me, or even you. I don't expect you to understand me. So he's kind of just saying like, you know, I was in jail and basically everybody told me my career was going to be over, but look at me now, like my music is playing everywhere, and you're jealous about it. So I know it's hard for you to understand, but like it's cool. I don't expect you to get it, is basically what he's saying. Por eso yo no espero que me entiendan. So the chorus, porque está cabrón ser yo. Porque means because. Está is the third person present tense from estar. So it means is or it is. Cabrón. So cabrón has a lot of different meanings. Here it kind of means like awesome. Now cabrón is not necessarily like a swear word, but it is used pretty informally. It's definitely like slang, street slang. So you could say like fucking awesome because it is fucking awesome. Ser yo. So ser is to be, yo is I or me, depending on the context. So the whole thing would say, literally it would say like, because it is fucking awesome to be me. Now, probably a better translation for that is going to be like, because I'm the shit. You know, that would be a more colloquial way to say it, basically. Then he repeats that, and then he says, vivo, 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 está cabrón ser yo. So vivo is the first person present tense from the verb vivir, which means to live. So vivo is I'm alive, or I'm living. So it's kind of like saying, you know, I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive, está cabrón ser yo, I'm the shit. So I'm alive, I'm the shit. That's basically what the chorus is. And then in Anuel's verse, there's a line where he says, soy el mejor trapero vivo en mi opinión. So soy is I am or I'm. El mejor means the best. Trapero means trapper. Vivo here is an adjective. So where we just saw it in the chorus, vivo was a conjugation from the verb vivir. Here, soy el mejor trapero vivo. Vivo is an adjective, so it means alive. So I'm the best trapper alive. En mi opinión, literally in my opinion. So, you know, he does throw the in my opinion in there, which I guess makes it a little bit more modest. But still, I mean, I was kind of surprised when he said that because, I mean, he is being featured in this song. This is technically Bad Bunny's song. and yet Anuel still comes out and says that. So pretty ballsy, but okay, you know, no problem. Bad Bunny's verse, he says, "Ya me acostumbré a los flashes." Okay, so the verb here is acostumbrarse, which means like to accustom oneself or just to get used to. Okay, here it's in the past tense, so me acostumbré means I got used to. Me acostumbré is also a song with Arcángel, me acostumbré. The ya me acostumbré, the ya is like now, so now I got used to. You don't really need to translate the ya. It would be like overused if you constantly translate it. Acostumbré a, I got used to. Los flashes. So he's taking the word flashes from English and he's referring to like camera flashes. And if you listen to the song, like you can hear like the little sound effect of like the camera flash. So he's pretty much saying, you know, I get used to the flashes. I mean, you could say that, or like, I don't know if it's clear enough in English, but it would mean like, you know, people are snapping pics everywhere I go. But it's fine. Ya me acostumbré, but it's fine. Like I got used to it. Y a darle contra el piso, triple H. Okay, so the E is and the A is now a continuation of the things that he's gotten used to. Okay, so we saw how in the last line, me acostumbré a, and then he said los flashes. Okay, now he's saying another thing that he got used to. So he accustoms himself to the flashes and to doing this next thing that he's about to say. Okay. Darle contra el piso triple H. So darle literally is going to translate like to give to it. You could change that for like to go at it. But we'll see based on the context like how we want to translate that. Contra el piso. So contra means against. El piso means the floor. Triple H. Triple H is the wrestler. So he got used to going at it or like smacking it down on the floor like Triple H. Okay, so I'm not like a big wrestling fan or anything, but Triple H is known for having his finishing move, the pedigree, where he basically like smacks his opponent face first, like right down onto the floor. So Bad Bunny's comparing himself to that and saying like, you know, he's gotten so famous now, and he's like used to all the attention, and he's used to just like killing it no matter what he does, like smacking it down like Triple H. All right, and then I just wanted to mention in the last part of Bad Bunny's verse, this is kind of where he's competing with Anuel a little bit, I think. So he says, "Alcen sus Grammys, dale vamos a brindar." Okay, so alcen is a command from the verb alzar, which means to reach for. So reach for sus Grammys, your Grammys. Okay, so first problem with that is Anuel does not have a Grammy. So he's probably like, oh shit, like, yeah, that's not me. So Bad Bunny's like, reach for your Grammys, dale, vamos a brindar. Dale means like, come on. Vamos a brindar. So brindar is to have a toast. So vamos a brindar is like, let's have a toast. So reach for your Grammys, come on, let's have a toast. Con el rey del trap latino, el que lo puso mundial. So con is with el rey del trap latino. El rey means the king. Del trap latino, del is of the. In English, we're just going to drop the. So with the king of trap latino, Latin trap. El que lo puso mundial. El que is going to mean like the one who. So el que lo puso mundial. Puso comes from the verb poner, which means to put. So the one who put it. Lo puso. In other words, like the one who made it. Mundial. Mundial means worldwide. So with the king of Latin trap, the one who made it go worldwide. There are people who say that he's referring to Anuel with that line, but I don't think so. I think he's referring to himself. So Bad Bunny's like saying, you know, reach for your Grammys, let's have a toast with me, the king of Latin trap, the guy who put it worldwide, the guy who made it worldwide. So there's kind of like an unofficial nickname for Anuel and Bad Bunny. Like Anuel kind of refers to himself and his fans refer to him as El Dios del Trap, which would mean the god of trap. And then Bad Bunny, people refer to him as El Rey del Trap, which would mean the king of trap. And there's even like an Instagram story out there where Anuel basically says to his fans, like, Google El Dios del Trap, and, you know, you'll see that I'm the guy who appears. And he's right. Like, if you Google El Dios del Trap, Anuel is the person that shows up. And then same with Bad Bunny. So he had an Instagram story where he was like, Google who is, you know, El Rey del Trap. And if you do that, Bad Bunny shows up on Google. So I think he's referring to himself, and he's basically like kind of getting back at Anuel. Like, he's getting the last laugh here. After Anuel says he's the best, Bad Bunny's like, well, you don't even have a Grammy, and I'm the one who made this whole genre explode worldwide, so I think I'm the best, basically. But, I mean, that's just the way I see it. That may not even be what he meant by that, because I don't think the two really have, like, a bad relationship or anything like that. Like, they seem like they're friends. But, I don't know. I think there's definitely a little bit of rivalry there. So it's just interesting. It's an interesting song, especially for that reason. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you learned something. Está Cabrón Ser Yo. So come back for the next video, which will be Puesto Pa Guerrear. So see you then.